Welcome back to the Rare Book Views channel, where I hope we're going to take a look at some rare books and share our thoughts on books, maybe unusually good books, maybe unusual thoughts on books, all the kinds of rare, all the books. I want to thank everybody for the kind words while I was away. I had a terrible cold and then I was out of town. And it was really nice. People reached out to make sure I was okay. And when I was kind of under the weather, some people dropped comments and let me know what they were reading, and it made my day and it cheered me up. So thanks for everybody for that and for subscribing. I am shocked and amazed there are more than 1,000 subscribers at this point, which is really fun. So thank you for that. And one of the reasons I was out of town, I went to a really cool book sale with a friend of mine out of town, and it was extremely cold, which will cut down on the line shenanigans. I have talked about this before. In line at the book sale, things are going to happen. It seems like the line should be self-explanatory, but it is not. People fight the premise. This one, I thought people were pretty well behaved. People were pretty polite about the line, but they have and the dealers go over here, and then the regular people go over here, and then it finally got time to go into the sale, and they let us through the door, and then the next door was locked, and people had lost patience. It was very cold out, but I did find some cool things. I found this, which I found before. This is Edgar Allan Poe. It's a really cool copy. This is Random House, and it has really neat woodcuts illustrations, and it feels very vintage. The copyright page says 1940s, so it is for real. I guess, wow, 70 years, coming up on 80 years for real vintage. I think that the illustrations throughout are really cool. Edgar Allan Poe, always collectible. People always want him. I have a couple Edgar Allan Poes already, so this one is probably not going to stay in my possession. I will put this on my eBay page and move it along, even though, as some of you know, eBay and I totally getting along. I found some really cool fiction that's on my list. Colleen, Hoover. There are 2 books on my list, and this is one of them, and I got it for just a couple bucks, so that seems awesome. Charlie Lovett, his books about books. And I've only read a couple, and I was talking about him. I was manifesting it. Somehow I created it, and I found it on the table, and I was really excited. The Lost Book of the Grail, some kind of Holy Grail reference. Looks good. This is really fun. Andrew Lang. If you haven't read Andrew Lang, oh my gosh, what a weird, fascinating man. So he went around the world collecting fairy tales from all the people. I wonder what that was like. I don't think there are great biographies about him. Maybe there should be one. His wife also apparently played a big role in this and helped him out. So there are a couple books by him published posthumously that are supposedly from his notes and things, that there's some interest. Maybe his wife had a big role in those. I think they're pretty good. The translations are pretty good. They are very enjoyable. I have a friend at work who, instead of asking me to find books for him, he put me on retainer, and I have never found the orange one for him. They come in the colors of the rainbow, crimson and red and yellow, and who knows. It's not the straightforward colors. This one is very hard to find, so I'm very excited. I think he'll be happy to have it. He told me once he did not care if they were hardback, paperback, or even had a cover. He just wants the content. So that'll be really fun to give to my friend. And I can show you, this is what the originals look like. I am very lucky to have a couple of the first editions. These were published by Longmans and Company very early. They're very pretty. This is the time of bookmaking, that the objects themselves are just things of beauty. They are so fun to handle. So let me show you. This is the frontispiece with the tissue paper stuff. If you ever get a hankering for some Andrew Lang, pick it up is my advice. And this is very exciting because a lot of the rare books that I collect are the books that I loved as a kid, and I love finding a special copy, an early copy, a vintage copy. I was thrilled to find Harriet the Spy. This dust jacket is seen better days, or maybe it had great days and somebody loved it so much that it has tears in it. So I'll put this in a broad art cover and archival covers to help it along a little bit. It'll look, kind of jazz it up, and then it won't get worse. It'll stabilize it. The tears won't keep tearing. This is a really interesting copy. So I knew this was vintage, and the copyright page, a lot going on here, doesn't have anything about the edition. Says 1964. And then on the back cover, it has a quote about the next book. And here, the price, and then down here, this looks cut to me and I can't understand why. And so I thought, oh, is this the book club edition? And this had some kind of book club indicator. It does have a price though, so that doesn't quite make sense. And all of the examples that I could find of vintage copies online, they all look like this. It has a matte cover with the same illustration. I don't remember the second book. I'm sorry, Louise Fitzhugh. I don't remember your second book, but I do remember this one very vividly. And I was confused because all the examples that I can find of this book in early edition that purport to be, or the people selling them or have sold them, they all have this second one, but this came out later. So how is there a review of her next book on the first book? And I'm just wondering what happened. Did she get a contract for 2 books, or was it a book and they broke it up into 2 books? Or if anyone knows, please tell me. I'm fascinated by this and I'm really excited to have it. So I believe this is a first edition. And I'm really thrilled because I remember reading this as a kid. I kind of remember what age I was. I think I had it from the library. I kind of remember sitting on the playground and reading it off on the corner. So this is a treasure of my youth, and I was really excited to find that. And then my friend who I was shopping with gave me 3 more Aaron Elkins. And I'm really excited about these because my mom loved Aaron Elkins, and I found a couple vintage ones, and I'm so excited to have more for the Aaron Elkins collection. These will go on the to be read shelf. So all in all, I had a fantastic time at the book sale. Good people watching, good times, found some cool books. And next, I will show you just a little bit of what was on the shelves. But thanks once again for coming, and thank you for the comments and all the good energy. Happy reading.